Assault Shigaraki was released in Season 4 of My Hero Ultra Rumble on March 27th, 2024, alongside All For One and Rapid Bakugo later on. His kit was built around range decay, with his alpha, Earth Break, spreading rubble in a fan shape, his beta, Grudge Shoot, creating lingering decay zones, and his gamma, Catastrophe, dashing forward to apply decay on hit. His special action, Collapse Hand, decayed buildings instantly and reduced enemy defense. Now on paper he looked destructive and more importantly dominant, but in practice he never felt like he belonged. The thing about Ultra Rumble is that every skill set is supposed to feel sort of broken. Characters are designed to push the limits of power, to feel overwhelming, and to force the meta to adapt around them. Strike Deku, for example, defined an entire era with his absurd damage output and vertical mobility, deleting opponents before they had a chance to freaking react. Tech Shoto was another, dominating matches with his oppressive zoning and ice walls that locked down entire areas of the map while still dealing massive burst damage. These kits force players to adapt or just get removed from the lobby. Assault Shigaraki never reached that point. He had damage, he had the embrittlement effect, specific to him, that spread to other players when they were near each other, but he lacked the fluidity and impact that other kits brought. His only real gimmick was staggering enemies into a TOD combo. If he landed it, he could delete opponents quickly. But outside of that one sequence, his potential was missed. His zoning was underwhelming, his Gamma Dash was predictable, and him having the Assault Team buff passive was minor compared to other roles like Tech and Strike. Over the seasons, Assault Shigaraki's balance history has been surprisingly bare. He only ever received a single nerf applied on June 5th, 2024, when both the direct hit and crack damage values of his alpha skill were reduced across all levels. That one adjustment weakened his zoning and made his primary tool of these alpha less threatening. But it was never followed up with further nerfs or buffs. While other characters have gone through multiple reworks to keep their kits powerful or less powerful and generally in line with the evolving meta, Assault Shigaraki was left untouched. The only other change that came much later, at the start of Season 14, the season we're in right now. So this is more than a full year since his last change. His special action was reworked to travel a greater distance, but even that update was not aimed specifically at him. It was a blanket adjustment applied to both Strike Shigaraki and Assault Shigaraki, meaning that instead of redefining his role, the change simply highlighted how little attention he has received compared to the rest of the roster. Now, in Season 14, Assault Shigaraki is strong in one very specific way, but overall he feels out of place. He is not weak, but he is not impactful either. He sits in the middle of the pack, forgotten in a game where every new character feels more overwhelming than the last. And with a third Shigaraki skill set, Thousand Hand Break, on the horizon, Assault Shigaraki feels even more like filler. He's the kit that never found its identity, the one that even the developers seem to have just given up on. So, Assault Shigaraki is the most forgettable skill set in My Hero Ultra Rumble. He's not broken, and he's not useless, just awkwardly stuck in between.